The countdown has begun, Kev, and the map is Ohana for Game 3 of Sin versus Rain, and not bad.
Not bad. I like Ohana, man. I'm excited. Should be a really good game. We've seen Ohana a few times in ZVT this season as well, but by far our best games of the season have been PvZ on Ohana. And that's not because I'm Protoss, that's just a neutral observation.
In ZVP and in ZVT, or I'm sorry, in ZVP and in PVT, Ohana's given us some great, really, truly epic games. In Terran versus Zerg, Terran players have been a little bit more successful.
Ben, can you also define, because I keep hearing this, but I don't know what I should really think of. Like, Gretorp designed this map? In what way? Did he actually create it, or? Because I keep hearing that Gretorp designed this map.
No,
he moved something. He moved the turn.
Okay. Made some adjustments to the third base.
I thought he actually designed it. I was like, wow, Gretorp, you badass. Just pretty much designed my favorite StarCraft 2 map of all time.
I don't want to misspeak here, but this is not a question that I anticipated coming up. I'm almost positive that Ohana came from the TPW map team. But we'll have to get our guys in the back to double check that for us so that we can give credit. And yes, there was a confirmation. It is the TPW map team.
Well, they always make awesome maps.
Yep. Also responsible for maps like Odyssey. Another cool map they made is Artifice. Very active.
I think Artifice is really good.
I do too.
We casted that map once in the Map of the Month tournament. Anyway, Ben, introduce the players once more. If you just tuned in, Fnatic Rain is, of course, our Korean Terran spawning in the left top side of this map. And Gamla. Gamania. I like to say Gamma Bear.
Gamma Bear Sin.
Gamma Bear.
I like to say Gamma Bears because it reminds me of Gummy Bears, Kev.
Oh, that's a story we can't share.
But I wish that we could.
Yes, but our producer would literally chop our heads off.
He's not in the room. No, we can't. We
Once
can't do
upon
that.
a time, guys, we share all the stories, including a Gummy Bear story.
Yep.
This is going to be a thing. People are going to wonder about the Gummy Bear story.
You guys will forever remember the story of the wet gummy bear.
Grass is always greener at the end of the season, guys. All the US stories are coming out, and we've got some pretty cool stories already. Certainly with Lotot. The bad thing is, like, pretty much every single moment you have with Fnatic Todd, and he was here, of course, last week for the Sunday Showdown, is awesome, and he's so funny, and he makes you laugh. But you can't really repeat any story, because every sentence has like 3 curse words in them.
So Todd is like... well, I can't even do that. I would have to blip myself.
Yeah,
I need like a beep button.
Beep.
I've got my little mute button here, but I don't think I'm afraid I wouldn't get it right. So, anyway, we've got aggressive macro openings on both sides of the map. One racks fast expand into double gas from Rain, a build that I really love seeing out of Terran players. It's been transitioning most often in the Cloak Banshee. And Sin has gone for the hatch first into the quick Zergling speed.
Yeah, it's interesting that you mentioned the Cloak Banshee, man, because several times, I think including Gunzi versus Sen this season on Ohana, we've seen Terran opening Cloak Banshee and then often going for the Queen straight away. Puma's a player who did it several times as well so far. Rather than trying to pick up as many drones as possible, they try to pick off Queens.
Yeah, using the Banshees for... when you kill a Queen, it's kind of like gaining some map control because you take away that macro mechanic for a period of time. So... well, that doesn't really make much sense, but it just means that Zerg has less larva to work with, and less ability to spread creep.
Then again, if you kill 6 drones, you basically kill 6 larvae, because 6 new larvae has to be 6 new drones.
That's true. That's another good point.
It's interesting, and I'm really curious to see how that turns out in the long run. If people in a while would still go and prioritize Queens over drones, or if people are going to just go back to drones.
There's a lot of talk around the StarCraft scene about the Brood War pros coming over. And what's more exciting to me than the Brood War pros are the Brood War team houses, because they're very sort of famous for making highly specialized, well-studied, well-researched builds. It's like, okay, you're going to hit this timing after you kill 2 queens, and you'll have 8 more units than him, and it's going to let you win the game. You know, stuff like that.
Yeah, that's really crazy. I love the Flash memes, man. I've been saying this for several times already. If you guys haven't been on Reddit yet, or even on 9gag, they're just everywhere. The Flash memes are so funny. Like Flash raising his hand. These Vikings are pretty good against Colossus. Oh wait, they can shoot from the air too.
My favorite one is the one where he's like, "Coach, he's cheating. His workers are mining automatically."
I like the one where they're standing at the wall as well, and they look at the pictures, and then Flash looks at the picture of Idra and is like, "He's mine. I want this one."
Oh man,
so cool.
So pretty standard follow-ups on both sides. We've got the reactor hadn't come out, but yeah, the second factory is the thing that's most noteworthy here. So we'll see if it's for Blue Flame. Why can't I say this?
I've got you bad influence.
Blue Flame. I was trying to say Blue Frame, which is which is just terrible. But yeah, it is for Blue Flame. And I'm curious to see if he continues with like a mech play in general, or if he's going to switch back into some bio.
I actually think this is pretty smart, Ben. He's going to have 4 Hellions on the map now already, and if Sen goes as greedy as he went on Odyssey, and Rain just completely catches him off guard with 9 to 12 Hellions, there's absolutely nothing he's going to be able to do. And this is exactly what Sho did yesterday against Dimaga. Even though Dima did not take that third hatch so ridiculously quick. Ooh, where are those links? I hear links.
Hellions are going to come spot this hatch. And Sin's going to have a lot of Zerglings if he's going to deal with this.
He's really going to need a Spine Crawl over here too. Just Queens and Links are not going to be able to do it. He is getting fewer Roaches though, and that's actually pretty smart. That's going to help out quite a bit against those Blue Flame Hellions.
I'm also interested in Rain's choice to attack this hatchery versus looking for other openings. It feels like, oh, a couple Lings trying to run past. They get spotted in the middle of the map by a couple more Hellions.
That's already really good for Sen, because now Sen knows there are more than 4 traditional Hellions. And now we could also perhaps suspect that something really funky is up. Then we might actually have Blue Flame Hellions too.
Hellions do manage to catch this Queen out on the creep. And only 2 Roaches, man. That's not enough to kill this many Hellions. Ling's also starting to poke around in the fight, but there you go, Hellions versus Roach. You don't often see that fight going in the way of the Hellions. But
it is buying Sen quite a bit of time. Sen is aware of the fact that Blue Flame Hellions as well. More Roaches start streaming in. As long as he's losing units and not with drones, I guess he's okay, but it's going to be hard right now.
It is going to be hard. The Hellions are now going to go for the run-by. Every single drone is lined up right now. Wow, I can't believe he only killed as many as he did. That was 5 drones, making his way up into the main base. Rain is still producing Hellions 3 at a time, Kev.
Yeah, this is far from over. We have quite a few Roaches right now, but he's killing so many drones of Sen.
Man, he has lined them all up. So many drones have been cooked. 20 drone kills now. Sen just trying to recover by building as many Roaches as he possibly can, but there's more Hellions in the natural. Rain microing well on both sides. Still alive in the main is also kept.
That's great. I think Sen will finally stabilize right now. Wow.
Up!
8 kills, 7 kills in this single Hellion as well.
And the last Hellion gonna die.
Wow.
And damage report, Kev.
31. That's a magic number. Isn't that exactly what Torzin had against Red as well? And this style is becoming more popular. We have a couple of drones over here being exposed as well. And I think it's so smart against a Zerg who plays that greedy.
Yeah.
There's just nothing that Zerg can do against this.
It was a really nice read by Rain saying, all right, if you're going to try that again, I'm going to punish you really hard for it with these Blue Flame Hellions. He's got his 3rd command center finished. It's changing into an orbital right now. And we are seeing additional factories. So it's going to be a heavy mech emphasis from Rain, which...
Now I wonder how passive he's going to be with that.
It's hard to hit good timings with mech before a certain supply, so we'll see. There's also enough Roaches out to where you really need to have a lot of mech to really threaten it. Berserk player.
Look at the HP on those Hellions. Like 3 Hellions look so scary if with only a single one. And Sam wouldn't be able to, wouldn't be forced to pull all those workers. He's back up to 46 drones right now though, 51. 5 more are on the way. If he keeps hitting those injects, and we have 3 Queens on the map, he might be able to recover. And if Rain is going for this mech style, as you pointed out, Ben, there is a good chance that he's going to play this really passive, and it's going to take quite a while before he's really going to punish Sen for the amount of workers that he lost.
Yeah, Sen's basically stabilized. He's got 12 Roaches out. He doesn't need much more to just make sure Hellions don't do any additional damage, barring some sort of mega drop or something like that.
So that's almost ridiculous because he lost 37 drones.
Yeah, I mean he's back up to 67, but in that exchange, Rain was also losing those Hellions. Those Hellions are what represents his map control and his ability to threaten Sen. As we see this little Zergling trying to block the 3rd base of Rain.
Resource loss-wise, it's very close. I'm surprised that Rain didn't follow this up with a 2-base timing or something. It's something that Sho did yesterday. Sho did not go for Blue Flame Hellions, but Sho played it really well. He killed a lot of drones from Dimaga and then he followed up straight away. And Dimaga did manage to hang in there for quite a while, but just because Sho was always putting on new pressure, he never allowed Dimaga to make those 20 additional drones that Sen basically has the time to make right now.
I mean, Sen's still able to drone. He's adding in a few more Roaches because he's not entirely sure what's up, but his Overseer got a great scout, so now he's like, all right, well, you don't have that much of an army, so I can add these extra drones. There we see 11 drones at once going down. That's going to take Sen up to about 80 drones, which is sick.
Picked up a few SCVs here. Do you like these supply depots? Yeah, he's going to be on 4 bases as well. He probably has a macro hatch. No, macro hatch is going up now as well. He's getting more drones. It's just going to be, I think, mass Roach from a ridiculous... Maybe we'll even see Roach drops?
Well, the really the bad thing about Mech is that it's super immobile, and what I'm going to predict here is that Sin's going to max out with tons and tons and tons of roaches. The instant he sees Rain anywhere out of position, he's going to counterattack and
this
take
is
away.
a nice map for counterattacks, I would say.
Yeah, and he's going to take away. Man, Sin just expanding everywhere. He's going to take away Rain's ability to reinforce, to produce new units, and then he'll come back and try to deal with the army. Or well, you can't really base race with roaches, but you can do a lot of damage with roaches.
Fourth command center is going up for Rain now as well. I'm still a bit confused that he followed this up with Mech after the amount of damage that he did. Because he basically just killed a lot of workers, but if you take a look at units lost resources, it's quite even. I mean, Sen lost a couple of roaches right now, so that's why he lost a little bit more, but before that, mineral-wise it's kind of even, but normally if you're the one who's been actually losing real units, but killing workers, you're doing a really good job. Because Sen lost a ton of mining item as well. But he's basically just giving Sen the time to recover.
Yeah, you're right, and Sen he's established this tremendous economy. He's up to 98 drones. He's got his 2-2 upgrades finishing up, which is what you really need to fight Mech with a roach-based army. He's also getting Burrow and Banelings, and believe it or not, Banelings can be really good against Mech, as once again these Hellions make their way into one of Sin's expansions.
Yep, getting quite a few drones. We do have a couple of roaches there, but wow, look the amount of drones killed that they get. It's
11 more. But those are drones that Sin probably wants to lose at this point. He's at 84 drones after the losses, so that makes his army bigger.
I would say that's fine as well. Rain is closing in on maxing out as well. He's getting those nice upgrades for his Mech. He's 1-1 right now. We see in the production tab 2-2 is on the way. He's going for that fourth base as well, and as long as he keeps Sen busy with a couple of these Hellions, he just wants to sneak in a fourth base, but Sen is aware of that. Sen has been dropping a bit of creep. I actually think that creep is out of position. Not the best move.
Sin needs to mine more gas. He's done everything right in terms of bouncing back, but he needs to take his his 7th and 8th, and even his 9th and 10th gases right now, especially if he's going to be counting on making tons and tons of Banelings, because that's going to suck up what gas he has, and then he's going to want to reinforce probably with roaches. Like I was saying before, Banelings aren't the best cost for cost unit when it comes to trading with Mech, but when you're on 5 bases and you've got 90 drones, it doesn't really matter. You don't have to be cost efficient anymore. You just want to be supply efficient, and that's where you can really get ahead.
Yep, he has 34 lava saved up as well. We do see Ventral Sacks being researched, and that +2 is on the way, so we're going to have 2-2 roaches and 2-2 Banelings. And this is going to be mad. Actually, it's going to be 2-1. Wow, is that 3? No, never mind, he already has the armor upgrade. I'm confused. So yeah, 2-2 roaches and 2-2 Banelings.
Little roach poke up at the top of the map. It's not going to get much done, and a couple of those roaches will die, but neither player is going to be bothered too much by it. Rain has added a Raven into his army, which is pretty cute.
That's actually pretty good since Burrow is being researched as well. So we could have potentially seen a lot of Burrowed Banelings, even though of course it's not as effective against Mech as it is against Bio. But still, one super important thing for Sen is as well that he never gives up on his creep spread. And the moment he ends up losing a few creep tumors, he should just go for it straight away again. Because if you ever get in the base trading scenario and he's going to try to cut off these Mech forces.
He's going to catch these Mech forces out in the open. A couple of tanks going to die immediately. When the Hellions arrive, the roaches back off. Actually, Hellions splashing on a ton of roaches there.
Those torts. Sen, what are you going to do?
Yeah, Sin's just going to back up a little bit. I'm a bit surprised that he's not counterattacking. Here we go, roaches on Hellions. Banelings rolling in as well. Hellions do manage to get away. All those Banelings blowing up on the tanks, but this is what you got to watch out for. Oh no, the Banelings getting caught up on the roaches, and they get focused down by that siege tank. That was a big mistake by Sin. He is going to morph 20 more Banelings as Rain decides to back up. Rain's just building command centers right now. He's trying to really solidify his economy. I don't think he realizes how much money Sin has.
I think that he feels like he's the rich one, but the opposite is true. Sen is the rich one. Couldn't agree more with you though. Pretty poor engagement over here by Sen. All those Banelings were just trapped behind those roaches. I'm not going to say that he would have won the fight if that didn't happen, because I think it would have still been a very hard call. But at least he wouldn't have lost the amount of Banelings that he did now, and he would have done some more damage.
Look how heavy these stores clump, man. They are so clustered up right now. A couple of Zerglings making an interesting engagement. A couple of them are going to get away. That's Billy the Zergling, if ever there has been such a thing.
Zerglings are too fragile to be Billy's.
And once again, Sin going to try to do some damage to Rain. He's going to go work on this planetary. I don't like that he's trading Banelings for a planetary. That is a very bad idea, I feel.
Maybe if he would have got all those SUVs with a couple of additional Banelings, he would have been fine. This factory, I mean, this barracks is actually a really great scout right now for Rain. And I'm a bit annoyed that Sen doesn't try to do anything against it.
No, he's got no anti-air. Actually, if Rain were to build a couple of Banshees, he would be utterly unassailable right now. As once more, he's going to try to get into the base of Rain, but find the door up. And wow, really, Banshees would be so good right now, Kev.
Yeah, Banshees.
There's no Spire. There's an Ultralisk Cavern going down.
He's burrowing right below through two Ravens.
Oh, that's not what you want to do. And he realizes it immediately. Gets out of there with just a couple of Roach losses. Sin really dancing around the map right now. He has to feel like he can't possibly fight this army.
Maybe on creep, he's going for it right now, engaging with a lot of Banelings and Roaches.
And the Banelings do okay damage to the Thors, but
as soon as the tanks the siege up, Sen gets out of there with his Roaches.
Those mech upgrades are getting pretty sick. It's +2 armor, +2 attack, and
Ultralisk Cavern is almost ready though. A couple of Zerglings spawning right now. That's not going to do the trick. Now a lot of Banelings getting in a pretty good position.
Oh yeah, that's a much better Baneling engagement. The tanks are in the back, and look at those Thors melting away. Rain supply dropping very quickly. Sin though also losing a lot in that engagement. Those tanks will be able to hold the line. 130 supply remaining for Rain. Sin also at 130. Zergling reinforcements going to come in here, and they will easily clean up these siege tanks.
When all the siege tanks are in siege as well, those two Hellions doing even better than the siege tanks are doing. But in the end, everything will fall. So nice hold by Sen, and Sen is getting Ultralisk right now.
Rain is so broke right now, and Sin has money to spare. 2,000. Even 3,000 minerals and more than 1,000 gas. He queues up 4 Ultras, 7 Roaches, and 3 Queens.
Oversaturation?
Maybe just a little. Rain is running out of bases, Kev. He's his third
nice
still has money, but his main and his natural are mined out.
Yeah, I really think that Rain overdid it a little bit by thinking how rich he is. Getting those orbitals over here and getting that planetary fortress over here. He was really not that rich. He never had more than 1,000 minerals. And like, if a Terran does that when they have 4 or 5k banked up, it makes a little bit of sense. He's still microing pretty cute with Hellions most of the time.
Yeah, it's going to be, well, it's 158 supply to 160, so Rain has reestablished his army to some extent. I sort of see this game evolving into a fight for this last base over on the top left-hand side of the map.
Yeah, that's good. That's
Man, look how fast those Zerglings do damage to that bunker. Well-upgraded Lings.
Yeah, 3-3. Or 3-2.
Roach is also going to try to push forward, but with 3 Thors and some auto turrets behind the line, I don't think it's going to work out too well. That's a lot. How many Ravens are there? Oh, it's only 2. Why does it feel like so many? I guess the auto turrets threw me off. Look at this lone Thor down here. What is this guy doing? Thor is here! I wish I was somewhere else, though.
This is like when you're a human and you're surrounded by ants. It's like, oh, get off me. It's like me.
It's like a bad dream. It's like all the spiders are coming. No!
Yeah, exactly. That's how it feels. Rain getting adrenaline glands now as well, so I think he has it. 9 ultras on the map, that doesn't matter.
Yeah,
25 Banelings as well. I love how Sen played this, but I still feel that Rain was too passive after the amount of damage that he did. Do you agree?
Yeah, I think so too. There's no real reason not to try to hit a timing when you know your opponent has to reestablish his drone count. Ultras are going to try to march forward. The Mech is very clumped up. Vikings are not going to help in this fight at all. At the same time, there's some Hellions getting into one of the expansions of Sin. Baneling's going after the SCV line. That planetary goes right down, and Rain's supply is plummeting rapidly. Thor's running for their lives. He's going to try to build an auto turret wall and pull some SCVs, and that will at least buy him some time. But, man, Sin's economy is still just booming. 75 drones, and now I don't think Rain can afford to remax.
I don't think so either. He does still have 1 orbital over here, which he can just lift up. Actually, he has 2, and he could potentially lift up. Jeez, look how many bases he has.
Wait,
man.
he's making... Why are you making battle cruisers, Rain? If he just made some sentries from the beginning, he would have been in a fine position.
Sentries?
I'm sorry, Banshees. Sentries are good too, though.
Sentries would have been good, man. Some force field.
Not so much with these ultras out.
Imagine if you could force field in the drones and then run in the Hellions. It's like, sup.
He's also been so passive with these Vikings. Why isn't he flying around picking off overlords and landing and harassing SCVs? Like, there's nothing on the map to take away the air dominance that Rain has.
This was a small misread as well.
Yeah.
Well, actually, there was Ventral Sack, so I guess he was doing this in case of drops. So it makes a little bit of sense. Now he's using those Vikings. He's going to pick up Overlords. But Sen, man. Sen has been on these 5 bases for such a long time.
Ling's going to get up into the natural of Rain, mostly getting cleaned up by what forces Rain has. But he is so poor right now. He can't land at either of the remaining expansions on his side of the map because there's stuff burrowed everywhere.
It's so important. Ooh, Roach is misplaced. No, well, I thought this was a Roach. But the Roach
yeah, there was a Roach, but I guess he wanted to put it in his army and send a Zergling, but it didn't work out.
Zergling, man. Zergling's going to take out all the mules. This is like that.
Man, he's got adrenal glands. He could kill them all.
Yeah. One little Zergling takes out all the mules.
Battlecruiser going to rear its head, and I don't really think Sin cares.
He has Newer Parasite
almost. Fungal on the Thors, and they're so clumped up. The Ultras are just going to destroy everything.
Well, there are a lot of Thors on the low count as well. Newer Parasite, you better please. He doesn't have energy anymore.
And the Lings and the Ultras just keep on marching. Rain down to 120 supply. Sin still with money to spare. His gas is kind of low, but he's got plenty of minerals for extra Zerglings. Did a Hellion just kill an Ultralisk?
No, it was a
planetary. I was like, this does not make sense. I don't want to live on this planet anymore.
Ultra is going to work on these Hellions before he will fall as well. Sen still at 190 supply, but at least Rain is finally mining again. And at this moment, Sen's like, maybe this Battlecruiser thing could be a problem. I'm getting a Spire as well. He's even getting a Hydra list.
Spire and a Hydra Den. I would say that I don't think he can afford it if he wasn't on 6 bases. But I think he will be able to muster one more pretty scary army.
I would like to see Sen at least take out the base in the left top side, though. I mean, Rain on 1 base, that's sort of okay. Here come the Hellions, going to try to pick up some more.
Spines are really good against Hellions, though, and the drones just dancing around a little bit. And still, Sin can afford to lose drones. He's still got 75 of them.
Whoa. Did he kill it? Yes, he killed it.
Oh, look at that boss drone.
He's like, no, I got this, guys.
Really, it's fine. I've got adrenal glands, too.
Wow. Wow, look at this. He's getting the morphing into the head right below the command center. He's like, look at me now, hater.
So
look at me now.
The command center's like, this is so dumb. Is the command center dropping creep? That's what it looks like.
StarCraft mind game when it happens.
Flush the lavatories.
Man, and on that command center, there's been a lot of Thors, and these Thors have had a rough day, so they've got some stress to relieve.
Oh man! Here we go, another big attack up into one of the. Neural on the Battlecruiser, Neural on some Vikings. That's kind of.
And on the Raven.
Yeah, and wow, that's really cute. Tons of Neural Parasite, like we said, underused spell. Proving to be very effective here. Big supply swings. Infested Terrans going down everywhere.
Did you see how cool that was, Ben? He Neural Parasited the Raven, dropped the other turret, and the other turret sniped all the attacks. So, or pointing fencer, of course, is what I tried to say, not other turret. Sen! No! Don't build a command center, Sen!
Do it, Sen!
Don't do it! Sen! Oh!
So BM.
Yeah, Rain knows it's. Rain just gonna leave right now. Rain's like, I have enough of this.
This is ridiculous.
Did you see that? He was really afraid of Sen getting the command center down.
More infested Terrans being dropped. The hatchery is gonna get picked off on the left side of the map, but Sin can't care. Battlecruiser trying to go boss mode, but Hydras have way too much DPS. There's not really.
I wonder what Sen is doing. I feel like Sen is not really playing series anymore.
Yeah, I thought he had an MLG game to play. He's just like taking his time. I really want to play.
So it's like, guys, can I please play first? I know I was scared of this 3rd game of the day, but can I please play first? I've got an MLG. And we're like, okay, Sen. And then after this first match, we're like, oh wow, Sen is really not taking this serious today. But
and now he proves us right by trying to neural an SCV and build a command center. Sin has taken every base that is on the map. Like literally, and the only one that he doesn't have is the 3rd base of his opponent and the natural of his opponent.
He doesn't have the left top anymore. He lost his hedge to the Taurus, and Rain decided that this is a
taps it out.
Sweeping leaves on a windy day. He can't win anymore, man.
I like that little whatever you call it.
Saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's.
But there's like another word, anecdote.
Okay, that's
we have a replay of some of the craziness from that last game. I don't know what they're going to show us.
Maybe the Raven. I think it's going to be the Raven.
Pretty eager to see it. It's going to be this last crazy fight.
It's going to be the Raven, man. Look at him picking over the Raven.
Yep, gets the Raven, drops
that
the
PDD.
Yep, point defense drone.
And look at his stores.
That's so sick. All the infested Terrans go down, and of course, shortly after this, he'll try to steal the SCV, but Rain will not. He will not allow that kind of tomfoolery, not on his watch.
Look at all those infested Terrans.
Infested Terrans are good.
Man, Sen played so well in Game 2 and Game 3. He played with so much confidence, I felt. And even now, when he lost all these drones, like that's just something. Every Zerg always gambles a little bit. Like, okay, please do not let me face a 12 Hellion run by, because it's just stupid. Nobody likes to play against it. And he faced it. He lost a lot, but Rain gave him the time to recover. And wow, he sure as hell knew how to handle that.
Rain really misplayed that, in my opinion. If he'd have just transitioned into stim tank push or anything like that, Sin was droning for such a long time, and Rain just allowed him to do it. So, small mistake, but not a huge deal. Guys, that game and that series brought to you fine folks by GameMinder, the smartphone app that allows you to set reminders for the next big video game release or for NASL broadcast, which, let's face it, is much more important. Don't you agree, Rolti?
I agree. Certainly when we're up.
Of course.
Because Strelog loves our cast. We are so insightful in TVZ. Oh, Froden and Gretorp did such a good job, gave some really expert analysis, and then Strelog goes on Twitter like, oh, MrBitter knows so much about
Gives
TVZ.
me all the credit. All right, short commercial break, and then we're back with our second series of the day, which is going to be Tilo versus Mana.
Yeah, I'm so excited for that one.
Going to be a lot of fun. Don't go anywhere. More StarCraft 2 after this.